I almost said good morning again, but hey, nobody watches the first 1 minute of this show, so who cares? So, welcome. Happy Wednesday. It's hump day. Please don't do the commercial stuff or I will block you. Hope you're having a good one. And I can't, hey, we're going to do this different. We're going to do this. We got a very special shout out today. So, I'm going to go ahead and get to it. Let's roll the intro, Sindal, the beautiful Sindal in the background running the show. I'm pushing buttons and I won't because Restream changed all the buttons. So, I can't even hit them if I wanted to. So, everybody's lucky today. This is the day to show up. All right. So, let's go ahead and run the intro. Let's get this party started.
Are you looking to grow your network and your net worth with other high-level, heart-centered professionals? Then grab a seat and your favorite beverage and join Mike Asherbranner, the Redneck Connector. It's time for the Hounds of Business Community Happy Hour.
All right. Is anybody here yet? No, it's summertime. People's like, man, I got things to do this. Hey, I tell you what, let's go ahead and show up. I don't have many things to show. Go ahead and put the slide on for me. Bring Jenny, and Kinga up for me, if you would, please. There she is.
Oh,
Hi, Jen Lynn. Hi,
hello.
Kinga.
How are you?
Hi.
Good, good, good. Go ahead and show that slide for me. Y'all thought I was kidding. They moved all the things. All right. So before we get to this, because we have our special guest, Gwen. We're going to talk about marketing and content that doesn't stink. But before that, I wanted everybody to know, join this, all right? Chasing Forehand. Go to his LinkedIn profile. He's been posting about this. This is dear to my heart because it's veterans, firefighters, first responders. This show, he is raving about it. And Chasen gets excited, and we all ought to get excited because, he does awesome stuff. So absolutely go to his profile. Check this out. It's tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's on LinkedIn and YouTube. So go to Chasing Forehand. All right. And go and support these guys. I'm going to be there. Cannot wait to see everybody with me. So wanted to give him a shout out and can't wait to get to know these great, amazing people even more. All right. Next slide is the one and only. We are in a special treat because it's not today, but it's tomorrow is the birthday of Dr. Constance Leland, CJ, our publicity queen and the creator, founder, and extraordinaire of Level Up Academy. Cannot wait to bring them up. But before we do, I think we got one more slide. See, I can't even see the slides anymore. That's okay. We make it through. We got positivity. Go ahead and bring up Kinga and Jen Lynn because I want to thank them. They worked really hard on very short notice to get this done. So, number one, Kinga, thank you for being here. You love CJ, right? A little bit?
Just a little bit. Still, I love her quite a bit. Yes.
All right. And
Go ahead.
no, go ahead. So I put this together and everybody jumped on it. Right. So that's how you're loved because if she wasn't loved, people would be like, man, I ain't got time for this. Right. Everybody said hell yes immediately. And I think that says it all right there. So I asked you about an idea. You had some ideas. Tell us what you came up with and what this is, please.
Well, as many of you know, CJ has asked a few of us to be part of her ambassador team on 50 Inspirational Connections. I am so excited about this initiative that she has had going on for a few years. And to be part of the ambassador team has just been an amazing experience. Danielle and Sister Susanna, and we have Eddie part of it. It's just been, we've been meeting on Sundays and meeting wonderful people. And so it's just been a really incredible experience, so uplifting. And so, when we were chatting on Sunday and excited that today's guest is also one of our 50 Inspirational Connections. Congratulations to all of you. We're started, I was like, she inspires me in more than 50 ways myself. And so I know that CJ inspires everybody that she touches. So I thought, well, here we are. It would be awesome if a few of the people that I know that are closest to her, gosh, we can't even touch the number of people that are, if we all submitted a couple reasons why she inspires us. Trust me, I got way more than I asked for. So I had to do quite a bit of paring down. I'm so sorry for those of you that I had to pare it down and just kind of consolidate. And so we mixed in, and I don't have the specific names next to it, but we came up with a little creative project. And so this is our 50 inspirational things that we love about CJ.
And this is a printable poster, right? Like we're going to print the poster. Yeah, so she gets to hang this up, and wow, amazing. Thank you so much. And then Jen Lynn, you decided to do what? Tell the folks.
Well, I opened a Zoom room for 4 hours or so, and I sent out the little invitation, and as many people that show up could, and they did, and they left CJ beautiful, wonderful birthday messages, and I consolidated those into 2 different videos that she'll receive at different times throughout her birthday day tomorrow. But we have a little short one right here, right now. Yes, we do.
Absolutely. How about this? Because I don't even know how StreamYard works today. So I tell you, or Restream's working today. I can't even see comments. This is bringing the old man out of me. So before that happens, let's Gargamel. Before that happens, how about we bring everybody up and then roll that roll the video. And we've got some people back that can't come in, but let's get it moving, and we'll roll the let's roll the video and bring people up. Y'all can say something nice to CJ, and then we'll hear from her. How about that?
Sounds good.
Herding cats.
On this beautiful day, God bless the world with your wonderful soul. I want to wish you a very special happy birthday.
Queen, you are the queen of Netflix.
I wear my sunglasses because you're so bright.
Happy birthday to you.
You're amazing, and happy birthday, beautiful lady.
Our little small gift to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
This new year, as you step into your new age, may our good God bless your heart desire. May He guide you.
Blessings upon blessings, and I hope you do well.
Absolutely a phenomenal individual. And man, I am so grateful for you. So have the best birthday ever. Try not to work.
Happy birthday from Italy.
A deep and affectionate happy birthday to you. And
we love you.
You always have my heart.
So you've made a huge impact. What a wonderful human you are. What a wonderful soul you are.
A lot of us who love you, honey. And so enjoy.
But much blessing. Really, sincerely, I wish nothing but the best to you. Love you, my sister, Dr. Constance Leland, CJ. Level up the world through
a different place if it weren't for you. So I love you so much, sis. And
beautiful person inside and out.
You have an amazing knack for being able to communicate well, support everybody.
In the way that you share, in the way that you create, in the way that you express yourself vulnerably, honestly, and powerfully has been so inspiring to me.
And I'm a big fan of you in TikTok, by the way.
You just guide everybody, and I love your energy. I love
how valuable you are as a leader and how you push everyone to become their greatest versions of themselves. And
happy birthday, Dr. Constance, from me and my dog.
All the blessings, all the riches, all the well wishes from everyone, and just have a superb day.
Spend time with your family and rest and enjoy your day.
May all your wishes and dreams come true.
Hope that you know and can feel all of heaven and earth celebrate your existence.
Happy birthday, dear Dr. Constance. Happy birthday to you. May all your desires and dreams come true. I wish you a very, very happy birthday.
What the hell? Was I live the whole time I was crying?
Just a little bit, just about a little bit.
You
Hey,
guys
I tell you what, we're not
I
done.
don't have
We're not done yet.
Oh my gosh, that's so nice of you guys. Yeah, because I'm like, oh man, my birthday sucks this year. I can't even do anything because I'm sick and I just tested for COVID and it's negative, thank goodness. But I feel like crap every single day for the last week and I'm like, oh my gosh, whatever. I'm still alive. I'm still kicking. This really touched my heart. Thank you guys so much for the effort, for everything.
We are not done. So everybody wants to pop in. We got people knocking on the door, can't get in because of fire code. So I tell you what, everybody take 10 seconds, 15 seconds, go around the room and say whatever you want to CJ, man. It's your show. Jen Lynn, go ahead.
Yeah. Sister, I love you so much. It's such an honor to make this and present this for you and just everyone pour out what you've poured into them. It was truly amazing. And I love you. I hope you have the best day ever.
Thank you, sister. Yes, I'm 21. Thank you, Sendel.
21. Yes,
So-
ma'am. I believe it. Kinga.
Yeah, you look amazing for 21, but you know, I'm so jealous of that energy. No, the things that I love about your creative spirit and how, you know, the connection that we have over the excitement and things that can be accomplished and the things that we can do. I'm so grateful to have you in my life. And I'm so excited about all the wonderful things that we're going to be able to do together and all of us, right? That this is like such a just really cool group of people that I think are going to thrive. And I love you all. And CJ, you're like this energy that just fire that keeps everybody motivated and going and glue. And you know, it's just you're a leader in so many special ways. Love you.
And I get a chance to hug you too. That was so nice. Yeah. In real life.
Yeah. I appreciate you checking on me all the time. I love you.
Oh, y'all gonna make my allergies bad, man. That's what it is. See that? Ooh, allergies. It's sinuses, not tears. No. All right, Gwen. Brand new Gwen.
CJ, I know we just met, but girl, I have to say, I am just flabbergasted by the energy that you have shown to everybody, to me. You are just a force to be reckoned with. And I am so honored to be able to celebrate your birthday with you. I just love you. I truly love you. So have the best celebration for your birthday. You deserve it, love. You really do. Happy birthday. Truly, happy birthday.
Thank you. I'm eating chocolate, damn it, tomorrow. I don't care what happens.
That's all right. Hey, you only get one birthday a year. I think most of us do.
I
So,
get two.
hey,
I get a Chinese birthday and then my American regular birthday. So
that's awesome. It doesn't take long to love CJ, does it? Gwen said it all. All right, Dr. New.
Wow. CJ, I wore Blackpink. I don't know, can you tell? Blackpink t-shirt? Because CJ is not only a pop star, as in to really elevating and really lift us up and to shine a light on all of us. Now is your time that we're celebrating you for your amazingness, for always beautiful, so wonderful inside and out. And we are grateful. I know that we here at the House of Business Communities here and all the leaders here appreciate all you do. and all you do for the Level Up Academy, and your generosity and just your dedication and passion to raise awareness, to educate, and just amplify everyone's message. So I appreciate you. We all appreciate you. I love you.
One of these days, I'll give you a real hug when we meet in person.
And it's gonna be a squeeze one.
Yeah, like Kinga, I wouldn't want to.
Look, see, Mike is like allergy. It's okay to cry.
Oh man,
Little
it's
man cry
terrible.
too, right, Russ?
Yeah, well, I cry over like spilt milk and silly stuff, so we don't worry about it. Hey, speaking of Russ, thank you, Dr. New. You're awesome. Russ, your turn, brother.
Hey, I am so blessed to be here. First off, it was such a blessing when y'all celebrated me turning 60 years young just a while ago, and CJ and Mike and everybody was there. And so just so thankful for that. But you know what? Birthdays are a big deal. We need to celebrate life and another year and new opportunities. And CJ, you are creating those things every day. I am blessed to know you, blessed to have you as a friend. You energize and you motivate me and encourage me to do more every day. And I just want to thank you for that. It's been a blessing. I mean, I've lost track now. It's been a year, 2 years. I've lost track how long we've actually known each other and been friends. It seems like a lifetime. So thank you so much for all you do. You are a blessing, truly.
Thank you. And I do love your texts, video texts. I'm like, oh, Russ sent me a text. This is so cool. I love it.
Well, you know
Dude,
what?
all right.
I try to encourage back.
Oh, there's so much niceness here. It's like redneck's neighborhood. Like Mr. Rogers ain't got nothing on us, dude. All right, Willie J, it's your turn, my friend.
Hey, CJ, sister from another mo. Hey, let me say this here. I'm just grateful to God for being here and just thank God for people and amazing human beings like yourself. If there's anybody, I love to see everybody win. We at PME want to wish you an amazing, happy, blessed birthday. But if it's anyone that I would like to see win, I've worked with you on, out of the 4 #1 international bestsellers, I think me and you worked on 3 together. And I think this year we was both featured. The Beyond Boundaries was featured amongst people like Cristiano Ronaldo. Pardon me if I get these names wrong. Beyonce, Zendaya. And I think most recently they mentioned it in Forbes together, Beyond Boundaries. And if there's anybody that deserves the best, CJ, it's you, Dr. Lee, for sure. We love you. Big time, sis. Big time.
Thank you, bro.
Welcome.
I know, I'm glad I don't follow that. I'm gonna let you go, Susanna.
Oh, sis, it's been a phenomenal year with you. Got else to be with last year. I love you so much, and I hope that your birthday is just phenomenal, and that you get out of that day all the blessings that you've given me just this past year. You're wonderful, sis.
Oh, thank you. I like it because
Daggum.
you all leveled up. You all literally level up right before my eyes. So I'm thankful that if I die today, if I don't make it tomorrow, you guys made the difference in my life. Thank you.
Okay, hey, look,
I'm in Princess Place. You can't take me out of my Princess Place, okay? I'm a level up Princess Place. Can't go level up more than that, Mike. I'm sorry.
dude. Hey, all of you all, thank you. And I know you didn't do it for me, but you did it for her, and that's all I can ask. And I wanted to make sure that you saw that you were highly loved, highly appreciated. And I think that was mission accomplished quickly. So thank you all for that. And just real quick before we go on with the show, personally, I've really, it's hard pressed to find a more loyal, caring, good hearted person on earth, man. And you are that for hands down. And number 2, professionally, you got me to right and made me look good. You and Susanna, that's magic right there. And you do everything for everyone to level everyone up, affordable, accessible. And that's it. We wanted to make sure that you understood how appreciated and loved you were. And thanks to these fine people and all the folks in the audience and the people banging on the back door, mission accomplished. So you have an amazing day. We love you to death. And do you have anything else you'd like to say before we boot you off to go celebrate?
No, I'm thankful for all of you. Thank you for all the efforts. I know sometimes we don't see the journey to get here. And I know Kinga and Jen, if you guys were on that path, I know that you guys work really hard and getting it all together. But I would like to get the full video though. So like just send me the link. 'Cause I want to cry some more. You guys really touch my heart. But I don't want to cry live. So I want to cry tonight, not tomorrow, okay? Love you guys. Thank you. I'll be watching you and Gwen.
And like Isabel said, yeah, be alive for many, many, many more years. None of that. Yeah, stay around, man. We need you. We want you around. So be good. Can't say enough about you. So pull them off before I keep rambling because I can go on and on about her. So be good. Happy birthday. Thank you so much. Ladies, again, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. They put a lot of hard work into this. You leave Gwen up. That's the star of the show. So, wow. Look at that. You all pumped? I'm pumped. Are you pumped?
I'm pumped.
Yeah, gummit. All right. So, all right, your bio. Okay. It's a big bio. It's like Apollo Creed style bio. So I'll let you fill in the blanks. I'll go.
I don't know
I'll
about
go
all
ahead.
that.
Oh my goodness. You want to see one that just goes on forever, like CJ. Man, it's like Tom Brokaw's resume. You can't read it.
I know, right?
You gotta take turns. You gotta have somebody else help finish it. Relay. All right. So you quarter of a century, right? You've been doing this and captivating stories, content. You've been doing marketing in some form of fashion for a long time, right?
I
We'll
even
talk
went to
about it. You
college.
have there's a delay on here. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I even went to college for it. Like that's what I went to school for. So I'm actually using my degree amazingly. But yeah.
Really, I got 2 and I'm not doing nothing with them. So there you go. My overly educated pink neck. So so on top of all the things, your own business, we'll talk about your transition in a minute, but you're a rock star, single mom, and devoted triathlon. All right, we're going to get into that. And you have a business. You switched from Gwen's web creations to Convergence Marketing, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Woman owned, and principles of DEI, very important to you. So on that note, I'm just going to fire out questions and we can have a grand discussion as we always do. And people in the comments, hounds, non-hounds, friends of the hounds, hey, this is your show. Go network, get to know each other, follow each other. No pitch slapping with a P. But hey, and if you're a hound, let folks know you're a hound. And what is the hounds? Real quick, scan that QR code. It's heart-centered, high-level professionals supporting and pushing each other up, just like you saw. I mean, that's pretty much it. We're here to push each other up, get more visibility and more business. And that's what we're all about. We like to have fun doing it. We don't like the hardcore sales stuff, and we don't like the bull stuffery, right? So on that note, scan the QR code. If you're a hound, let people know in the comments you're a hound. If they're interested, send them to the group call. All right. We love pushing people up. We got a large media network. You just saw our publicity queen right there. All right. The birthday girl. So we're all good. So on that note, Gwen, you're a brand new hound, pretty new, right? A couple weeks, maybe a month. How long have you been in the pack?
I don't know, maybe a month or so ish. I don't know, something like
Really?
that. Yeah.
Feels like you've been there for a while, isn't it? That's a good thing.
I know, right? Feels like a long time.
Yes, ma'am. Now, there's a notes button and they disappeared. Where did my notes go?
I
Oh,
don't
man,
know.
this show, man, you don't want me flying the Enterprise. We're all in trouble. We're not going to get past episode 1. All right. So here you go. No, I did see the right side. She's back here telling me on the right side. They're gone. All right. It doesn't matter. So let me ask this. I want a question. I want to start personal. As a single mom and triathlon enthusiast, right? How do you balance that, right? How do you balance that? Because that's a lot of training. I played in it. I almost did it. I did mud runs. It's very hard. And you run a successful business. How do you do it?
You know, that's a really good question. I don't, to be honest. So I am not competing right now. It's really hard. So I was supposed to do several half triathlons. And there are several different distances in triathlon. And so I am not competing this year because I don't have time to train. And right now I'm actually really heavy. and I'm totally okay with it. So I have to balance things. My top priority is being a mother. I have 2 kids. I have a daughter that's 13, a son that's 9. Next up is my business. I am fully committed to making my business work and working with other people. And that is more important than training. For a while, triathlon were very important. I've been an athlete all of my life and a very accomplished athlete at that. And right now I have to put training on the back burner. But I can use a lot of the things that I put towards athletics into my business. So it's I use a lot of those tricks in the business. So it works. I can't do it all. And there are days that I'm pulling my hair out thinking that I'm terrible at business and I'm terrible at being a mother. I'm human and I'm okay with it. That's how
I'm
it
glad
works.
you said it.
You know,
No, I'm
I'm not,
glad you said it.
yeah. And we're all like that. We're all human. And, you know, sometimes I suck at life and I will gladly admit it because we can't do it all. Not perfect. And that's okay.
I'm going to go down a tiny rabbit hole because you hit the nail on the head. I want people to comment. If you're not perfect, comment. Let us all know. Let's just get it out there. Why not? Why the hell not?
Hey,
So
we're not perfect.
this
Say it. It's okay.
people talk about balance, and somebody I wasn't my thought. I heard a few people mention it. Maybe it's Susanna or somebody. If it was you, tell me because I've heard it more than once. But harmony, like a teeter totter. Like you're
Exactly.
always in flux. You could be close, but you're always balanced, and you have to make sacrifices sometimes. If you're saying, "Hey, I'm going to put this over here on the wayside, do a little bit of it to balance my business," right? Like it's no
It's
balance. I've never been like, "Oh, I'm perfectly balanced." That anybody perfectly balanced because I want to know how you did it. So, on that note, so
yeah.
even when you do the triathlons, you have a lot of experience. Has that influenced your business in any way?
Oh my God, yes. Because triathlon is 3 disciplines. And there's different types of triathlon, but the main disciplines in triathlon are swimming, cycling, and running. And they're all freaking hard. And it's really hard. So you might be really good at one discipline, but when you do them back to back to back, and everybody is very familiar with Ironman, the full distance Ironman in Hawaii. Everybody's like, oh my God, you've done that. No, I've never done that. I'm not going to lie, I'm not that good. I don't want to be that good because a full distance Ironman is a 2.4 mile swim, 112-mile bicycle ride, and then a full marathon, 26.2 mile run back to back to back. Do you know how freaking difficult that is? It sucks. You suck. It sucks. The professionals do it is like the best time is 8 hours. All right. Imagine starting at like 5 a.m. in the morning and then going all day long. Do you know how hard that is? So it's not just training your body to be good at sports. You have to understand and be disciplined in how you eat, how you work out, and do everything. So in order to transfer that to business, you have to be very disciplined. I work from home. My office is at home. And I know a lot of people have offices at home. So you have to learn how to be disciplined. If you're going to run your own business, you have to be disciplined. You have to know when to work, know when to not work, know when to stop, when to start. I'm not always disciplined. I work all the time on holidays. Sometimes I have a problem saying no. I'm sure a lot of people experience that too. I like to help people a lot. And it's hard to sometimes to say no because I understand that a lot of people are trying to get through and do things and do better. And sometimes I understand their pains because either I've experienced it or I've seen other clients who have experienced it. And I always want to help them. So sometimes I mean, I know what my worth is. And sometimes I forget to charge people because I just want to help. And as a business, as a single mom, as a small business, I have to remember I have to pay my own bills too. So I can't always help people. And I'm sure some other people experience that too. So I have to remember I gotta pay bills. You know, I can't help everybody all the time, even though I might want to. So I have to be disciplined. So that's where athletics and triathlon have helped me, is to remember the discipline.
Tons of, listen, first of all, most of us can't even drive as far as that without stopping or getting tired. So when you think about it, like, dude, I can't even drive that distance. Wow, it is absolute. And I'm on a David Goggins kick right now. So, like, absolutely right. Like, it is hard, but you get it. And I'm glad, because people hear this. They think, oh, well, I'm not cut out for that, or it's too hard. It's hard for everybody. I'm glad it's hard, because if it was easy, there wouldn't be the opportunity it is for the rest of us who are willing to go through all the crap and pain. So, yeah. And what I like about you is that you tell it like it is. You even challenge me in certain arenas, but you do it in a good way. You're never bullying. You're never, too much. Nobody goes, oh, I'm not that chick. You just do it like really well because you care about people. And I think that's what it is. You're going to tell, especially a client, right? They're paying you for your knowledge and to do better. So,
Absolutely.
but you're really direct, and you've helped me grow in already. So I am absolutely, I'm a Gwen fan. All right. So I tell you what, let me skip ahead a little bit to, more about what you do, because I want to get into the content, but I want people to know who you are, what you do, because that's half of this battle, right? Knowing somebody, knowing that their style works for you. I love your content. I love the way it attracts and repels. That's exactly what it is. So we'll get to that in a second. As a champion of DEI, right? Diversity, equity, and inclusion, how do you incorporate those values into your marketing strategies and with your clients?
So that's really interesting, and I love that you asked that. So I always like to talk to people, and when I'm working on a marketing strategy or a content strategy, or literally anything related to marketing, I like to find out what moves people, their why behind everything, in order to get things going. And I want to find out what their target audience is. And I want to make sure that they're thinking about everybody within that audience. So, for example, I had a client that just recently said to me, my audience are men and women 20 through 50. I'm like, that's not an audience. That's a lot of people. Let's narrow this down. And so we were able to narrow it down a little bit, but we were able to talk about LGBTQ+. So that was one way to diversify it. But it was not just men and women. We were able to specify, because you're talking to different audiences. You want to make sure that you're talking to the right ages, and you're talking to both men and women correctly. You're talking to different races correctly. And it's not like you're talking to races in a different way. You're not, but you want to make sure that, like, even in your marketing material, you're including people who have hearing aids, or different colors of skin, and people in wheelchairs, and that your marketing material isn't hard for people who have disabilities, or you know what I mean? I'm not saying it correctly, but everybody can see things correctly. Or if there's a video that people can see the words, so hearing disabilities aren't an issue. So you're always thinking about that. And sometimes people forget about that. So you always want to think about that. And unfortunately, I don't know sign language anymore. And my aunt used to teach sign language all the time. So when I was little, she taught me a lot. And so I'm very comfortable using my hands, because I did know some sign language. I don't know a lot, and I wish I knew more, because I would be doing that. But those things matter, because everybody does need to be seen. Everybody does need to be heard. And it's not just the company's voice that needs to be heard. Everybody does. And you need to think about your audience. You need to think about why they matter, because it's not just the company. Nobody really cares about the company. Not at all. The audience matters. And they need to remember that. We live in a society of me, 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 me. And people forget that. So nobody cares about you and your company. You need to remember you're talking to the other people. They matter. So talk to them like they matter, because they do.
Yeah, remember we were talking about The Rock? Remember how The Rock was like, "What's your name?" And the guy would talk, and he's like, "Nobody cares what your name is." Exactly.
Nobody gives
No,
a shit about you. And I tell
nobody.
people that. And I will
Yeah.
flat out say it exactly like that. Nobody gives a shit about you. And I'm talking to the company. And the companies have to remember that, because other people matter. Companies don't matter. They have to remember that they have to prove themselves to their audience, prove that they matter. And I'm not talking individual people, I'm talking companies as a whole. They have to prove themselves to their audience why they matter and why it's important for whatever, because people, individuals matter more than companies as a whole, because companies as a whole have proven time and time again that all they care about is money. Well, guess what?
Right.
Nobody gives a shit. You're the evil corporation. So, and as far as I'm concerned with marketing, the majority of marketers are like used car salesmen. Yeah, I said that. And I'm a marketer. So what's that tell you? The majority of us are assholes. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Well,
I'm swearing too much. I apologize.
No, I mean, you come to the right place, So, but I love this because your background, it used to be like you go into a store and you couldn't even walk through it. And you're like, I know a wheelchair can't go through here, those kind of things. But your background in web design, I had one 20 years ago. So I'm useless. Like I'm a dot matrix guy now, like I can't do nothing tech. But the point is that you don't think about it. Like the other day, I accidentally put the accessibility on my phone. Holy cow. Like I couldn't get it off there for 16 hours. I was so mad. But we don't think about it. And that's why it's important to have an expert. As soon as you can afford somebody, as soon as you can pull someone in and implement it, let them do that kind of stuff because you're losing market. And you don't even know it half the time because you just don't, you're not, because you're not a market person. You're not a marketer. You're not a marketing expert. And that's the reason that we have experts. I mean, it's amateurs do stuff alone. So let me ask you this because I heard you mention this before. The way I put it is values, alignment of values. That's what people really want. Does this company, does this mission, does this thing help me? And am I aligned with who they are? Right. Because there's plenty of solutions. But if I don't believe in the company, what they do, their charitable, attitude, all this kind of stuff, then it doesn't matter. So what was it that made you switch from Gwen's web creations to convergent marketing? Like what prompted the change and how did it affect your business model? Because it is different.
Oh my God, that's a fantastic question and I love it. Thank you so much. So honestly, many people don't know this because I don't talk about it. I was in an abusive marriage run with my kids. And yes, at the time it was awful. But through all of these negative, awful things in my life, I learned so much and I grew so much from it. And I decided I'm not going to roll over. What I'm going to do is become stronger and find myself. And what I decided is that I wanted to do more. Websites weren't enough for me. I wanted the content. I wanted to be who I was. I was in a place. So my business now is called Convergence Marketing. And it took me a very long time to come up with that name because I was at a crossroads. So when I came up with it, it was like it was a crossroads. It was like the convergence of my personal life, my professional life, me like coming out of my shell. I live in Pittsburgh and we're known for Three Rivers. It was the Three Rivers, convergence of the Three Rivers. It was like everything was symbiotic. And I was like, oh my gosh, what the hell? Like this just makes sense. I want to be who I am. I can help people understand they can come out of their shells, they can learn, they can grow, they can be authentic themselves. There is so much in marketing that people don't talk about or that they upsell. It's like going to get an oil change at like a chain, and then they upsell you constantly on all those things. And that's how they make their money. And that's how several marketing agencies make their money, or several other places make their money. And I was like, you know what? This is not how it has to be. Yes, we need to make money. Yes, we need to pay bills. But shit, these people are charging hundreds of thousands of dollars that just don't need to be charged because people don't know any better. Let's teach them. Let's understand what needs to happen. So it was like a aha moment for me. And I was like, screw this shit. I'm going to make a difference. I'm going to do something. So I did. So there you go.
And there's nothing wrong. Look, there's nothing wrong for if somebody wants to sell something big and they cater to that. But again, bald people being sold haircuts because they don't know any better. And it's sad. It's like if it's 100 degrees, the last thing I want is a fur coat. I mean, but people don't know. And that's the problem. That's what this grassroots is all about. I'm gonna dive into this because I want folks to take notes. This is good stuff. And they'll get something out of this. All right. They're going to get a lot out of this. So in your experience, what's the most common mistake that business owners and entrepreneurs make in their marketing efforts? And how can they overcome some of those?
All right, so there's a couple things. They don't know how to make things simple. Everybody just talks a lot, right, and they just push it all out. They don't know how to simplify. So here's a way to dumb things down and make something that could be so complex, make it simple. All right, so let's talk stories, for example. So you've got something, let's say you're talking about a testimonial, or you're talking about a case study, or literally anything you want to talk about. And I'll give you examples of just life in general. So, and you can do this with 3 sentences. And once you build those 3 sentences, then you can build things out. So the 3 steps for turning your stories into a profit are: you need the challenge, the change, and the resolution. Once you get those 3, then you can build things out. Let's start with, let's look at the smartphone revolution, for example. All right. So the challenge, we're all carrying GPS systems, a camera, a phone. Like, we have all this junk that we're carrying around in purses and pockets and all this crap. All right, so what happened? The smartphone came around. We got the iPhone in 2007. First one was the iPhone. All of that came into one. We got our music, our GPS, all of this stuff in one. That was the change. So we have the challenge, the change, the resolution. All of that other stuff is moot. We don't need it. So that's 1, 2, 3 right there. 3 sentences. I could put that all in 3 sentences. Now you could write whatever you wanted with those particular 3 sentences. All right. Something very simple right there. It's pop culture. All right. You look like you were going to do something.
You have a background in storytelling, which is really, I mean, you see marketing and messaging, but you don't see a lot of stories. And when you're an entrepreneur, a guide, coach, or expert, in my opinion, story is everything. I mean, it's the most of everything, because you need to be able to tell that story across multiple channels. There's no AI, and there's no gimmicks or any kind of formula that's going to replace you being clear in your message. So that's what you help people with as well, right? Making sure that their messaging is clear, that they know how to tell a story in different settings, podcast guesting, all these different stuff, right? And that's where you're really good at. You know how to coach people into those things, right?
Absolutely. In fact, what I decided I would do for anybody who's here tonight is that if you connect with me on LinkedIn, the first 25 people connect with me, DM me, I will give you a free spotlight session. You have to DM me. First 25 people, I'll give you a free spotlight session. And what I'll do is you give me a piece of content. I'll write a nice story for you. I'll show you how I do it. And then you can use it on social media. It could be social media. It could be a web page. It could be a case study or a testimonial, any of that stuff. First 25 people. And I'll show you how
Wow.
I do
See,
it.
man, I feel like the grocery store where they give out the free samples on Sunday. That's how I feel like. Everybody comes to my show and giving away stuff they ain't never gave away. I hope people jump on that. I know they will, because the last time we done something like that, boy, you better grab a Snickers, man. The hounds in this audience, they are dying to level up and grow. So let me ask you this, because I know folks want to know. All right. Information overload. That's the era we live in, right? So how do you ensure that your client's content stands out and it's also genuine and authentic on social media?
All right, so authentic for me is super easy. When I start talking with somebody, I ask them their why. I make them physically write it down. Pen, paper, pencil, paper. I want them to physically write down their why, because that is so important that they feel their why. I want them to understand it in their bones. Why are they doing this? Why is it important? Because that's where all this messaging comes from. That's how they are absolutely authentic. Because if they don't feel it, if they don't understand it, then they can't be authentic. That's how you get buy-in from everybody in that company. They get buy-in from themselves, and then they get buy-in from their audience. That's where it starts. And then everything else can come after that. They have to understand and believe their why. So that's always where I start.
Okay, this is it's getting good. Don't leave. Grab a pencil. Make sure you write this down, guys. All right. Share an example if you don't mind, right? Particularly effective content. So effective content that you've developed that really helped out your client engagement on social media.
Okay, so I don't want to talk on social media yet. I'm going to talk on an investor pitch, because I think that's even more powerful. All right, so I was talking to a client, and he was getting a little bit further in his seed rounding. He was past pre-seed. He was in his seed round. So it's a little higher stakes. And this is a company, once I met with him, I was one of the first people I saw such potential in this company. And he explained his why to me, and we were going through his pitch deck, and nobody had ever asked him the why for why he created this company. And he needed to get his software. He already had a software in one company. So he had proven the concept, but he wanted to get it into larger companies. And since nobody had asked him his why, he and I talked about it, and he just talked and talked and talked and talked. So we talked about the why, and we refined things. 2 weeks, he got it into 2 large companies, just because I was able to tell him it was all about the why, and he was able to explain it in a much easier concept because it made much more sense to him. So he was able to pitch it, use the pitch deck, and get it into these companies, which then the following month, he was able to get more funding because he was able to prove that he was able to get it into larger corporations.
Right.
So that to me makes more sense, not just social media, because yes, social media is fantastic, but that's real results. That's real money. And I'm not allowed to say how much he got and where he went and what they did. But this was a company out of New York City. And I can tell you that they are eventually going to rival Salesforce in a different way, but they're going to be as big as Salesforce.
Nice. Well, and that's where you and I are the same on this, because again, finding your own voice. You can tell somebody to do something, but if they don't like it, they don't feel comfortable with it. It don't roll off the tongue after a couple of times of practice. It's not going to work, and people won't believe it, because it's like trying to get a dog to meow. It's like, I'm not buying it, right? Like, I know the dog didn't just meow, right? So I love that approach, and you and I see eye to eye. And not everybody's either able to focus on that or to deliver that. And that's what's
Right.
impressive because I really believe that people need to see consistency across the board. And that's when they get
Absolutely.
comfortable. And if your sales calls are really challenging, it may be inconsistency. It may be, some kind of things out of whack in this process, man. And I've learned that from you too. So
Thank you.
let's see.
So
This is another one.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, when you are doing social media, something that a lot of times people forget is audiences, regardless of who you're talking, well, almost regardless, not always, but for the most part, people have a 6-second time span. Like they can't remember things. They want to go off and do other things, which is why I did it that way. So you want to remember people are lazy, ignorant, or busy, or a combination of all three. And I can gladly say that I am like that too. We all are to some degree. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in we all have stuff to do. We're all looking at 5 billion things all the time. So if you are writing social, if you're writing anything, website content, collateral, doesn't matter. You have to think that people don't want to look at your stuff. They don't care. You have to make them care. Again, they don't give a shit about you.
Right.
So you have to think that people are lazy. They're not going to read your stuff. They need quick, easy words. They don't want to know how big your vocabulary is. They don't care. They're ignorant. They don't understand your product or service like you do. They just don't. Nor do they want to know it as good as you do. You have to make it easy for them to understand. And people are busy. They want to skim. They want headlines. They don't want full paragraphs. They want it to be easy to read. They want you to come to them. They want it to be simple. So remember that always, always, always. Lazy, ignorant, busy. If nothing else, remember that more than anything. Lazy, busy, ignorant.
And I don't think that's not mean. That's just a direct way to say it because I looked in the mirror and said, okay, do I read the whole section of this about me? No, I never have. Never, maybe once. I don't know. Maybe I was in comatose. I have no idea. I look in the mirror and go, yeah, most people are like you because you're a human. And that's just the way we're programmed. It's human psychology. And when you understand that, then you can open up and play the game, right? People resist the game because they don't understand the game. I showed up to a football game with a baseball bat. No wonder it didn't work, right? It wasn't the same game. And that's what I like about it. What we do are different arenas, but they're very similar. It's connecting with people. And I get it. If you understand what people want, don't want, and you do the things that can attract them to work with you, there you go. You're in the game and you just keep doing that, right? So here's a topic that I think me and you seem to be in a room by ourselves, or very few with us. And when we talk about content, we're talking about content, it could be social media, LinkedIn, it could be email, it could be whatever. Content is content. But how do you approach it, creating content that not only drives business, but also fosters meaning connections with audience? Because that's a huge thing for me. In my coaching, what I do at LinkedIn and teach people, you teach the same thing, right? Like it's not, you see either massive followers and hoopla or a tiny bit of connections. We seem to figure this out. So what's your take on it? How do you approach it and balance it?
First of all, I would rather have people that connect with me than a shit ton of followers. I could give a shit about the amount of followers. I don't care. I am more impressed with people that will connect with me and talk to me and actually care what I have to say, or I care what they have to say. That's more important to me than a shit ton of followers. It's just meaningful to me. So when I'm writing my content, or when I'm talking to my clients and writing content for them, or coaching them how to write content, yes, you do need followers. You do need people to hear you, but it's more important to have those relationships because they are the people that are going to repost or actually engage with you and talk to you, because they are going to be cheerleaders and talk. It just they give a shit. They actually give a shit. And it doesn't matter if you have a huge following, because those people, they don't care. They don't care.
Right.
I mean, you know, some of them really do and are really interested in what you have to say, but do they really care? Not so
Probably not.
much. You know, so I write content because it means something to me, and the people that follow me want to hear what I actually have to say. And I'm writing from the heart. I write because I give a shit. And the people that want to follow me actually care what I have to say. So it's like it's a symbiotic thing.
Right, because we don't get paid to get liked and stuff. And I'm not knocking it. Listen, if there's people out there who do it and who do it for a purpose, and that's good, I'm not knocking it. What I'm saying is this: if you're a service-based professional, you have to go out and connect with people, create know, like, and trust, and move that relationship into the buy and try phase, right? Then sometimes being popular can work against you, because there's different industries. I mean, if you see an attorney doing stuff every day that has nothing to do with that, it could, so you have to know more than just LinkedIn and pretty. You have to understand business, and I think that's why you and I work so well together, because it's not just about learning how to make a pretty banner and go out on LinkedIn. It's about having a marketing and business process and sales funnel from beginning to end. That's where people fail. And because I've seen people get a lot of impressions, some of them made money. Most of us don't, because we don't have our business stuff together. We don't understand who we're talking to, right?
Exactly.
Oh my gosh, we go on and on for it. But you got anything to add to that? Because
And it's not just the business. It's like, where are you going to go from your content? Like, where are they going to go next? What are they going to do? How are they going to follow up? Like, are you just talking to talk? Are you trying to pitch people? Like, what are you doing? There's so much more to it than just, I don't know. I just like building relationships.
Exactly, and that's why I do it. If I'm going to do something to make sure that people see my bat light in the sky, right? My bat symbol. That's what I want. I'm not trying to say don't get a haircut. I'm saying, listen, if you don't have hair and you have an interview, I got a wig shop. I'm not against anyone, but I'm for me and what we stand for. So I'm like, because I've actually sent people to other folks. They're not a good fit with me. They want to grow and just grow, or they have some reason to grow. I had somebody refer to a colonel, or I'm sorry, a general, retired general of the U.S. Army. He just kept saying, "I want to be famous and popular." I'm like, "For what?" "I just want to be famous and popular." "And for what?" And then I was like, "You got to go over here," because, and again, I want people who say, "Listen, I got 20 minutes. I'm going to invest it, and I've got a lot of other stuff to do." That's who you and I work with, right? Like people who are rapid. They don't have all day to watch videos and take notes and sit in class. They need like tips that work, and then they master that, they go to the next phase. They master that, they go to the next phase. Yeah, we got to get a DNA test. Yeah, because I seriously, I'm the same way. Like, cut all the BS, give me what I need, and I'll master that. I'll work through it. But what I love about what you do in marketing in general is that you're teaching people how to do it for themselves, and they don't have to wonder, is this going to work one day? Yes, because I'm teaching you, right? I'm teaching you what works. You just have to work to play. It's like, well, you're an athlete. You didn't just jump in the pool in the ocean and start swimming well. It took a while, did it not?
It did. I mean, and I can tell you, I have a national championship in a different sport a long time ago, which you don't even know. And I don't say that often, because, it's a long time ago, but I've worked my ass off for a lot of things, and I've been successful in a lot of things because I worked my ass off.
And you had coaches, and you were coachable, and you learned. And that's the thing. Don't look affordable. She's affordable. At least have the conversation with Gwen. I'm telling you guys, because it's no BS. It's right up my alley, and I don't have time to waste. Right. And she doesn't either, and she understands that. So let me ask you this, because I want to make sure I don't keep it till midnight. I could. So let's go back to storytelling a little bit, right? It's a major role in content creation process, but how do you ensure that these stories resonate with your target audience? Like, what's your process?
Like you, I understand the process in that, like, I like to write a spark, a hook, some people call it. I like to call it a spark, something that grasps people, but it can't be bullshit. It cannot be bullshit. And then I like to talk about feelings because we connect with feelings. And then I'll go into pains and problems, and then I'll go into that challenge, change, and resolution. And remember how I talked about that before. This is where it all starts, and this is how you build. So, the spark, the feelings, pain, challenge, resolution, and then I'll finish it all off, and I'll go into the conclusion, and then the meaning. And the meaning is usually like the call to action. And how do people follow up? And this is not the pitch, folks. This is not where you pitch them. This is just a follow-up. Like, where can they learn more? Where can they contact you? Do not pitch them. The resolution is your solution. That always comes last. You come last. People come first. Can't reiterate that enough. So you go through this whole process, and it doesn't need to be very long. You just explain what they need to know, the details, just what they need to know. That's it. And then a place for them to follow up.
Somebody today, I don't know if you were there or not. I had so many meetings this week, but somebody said, oh, it was hilarious to me. They sat down and said, yeah, I don't like it. Oh, it was Seth. So he said, I don't like it when people talk about something when I just told him I didn't care about it. Like, the dude, he came in and said, listen, this is what I want to hear about. Like, he's ready probably to buy that. And instead we talked about all the other shit that nobody wanted to hear. And little things like that. It's not have to be some grandiose strategy. Sometimes it's just going back to the dadgum basics, the kindergarten skills, and understanding once somebody gets in front of you, be a tactful and honest person and know how to move them to the next action. And if they don't want to go there, put them back on that hamster wheel. Let them go back in, and when they're ready, let them off ramp. And that's what I love about it. Me and you do that like instinctively, right? But it's not common practice, and it's just something that all these folks watching here, they got a million things to do, and it just slips our mind. And it's such a thing to have somebody like you to say, hey, realign, right? It's like having a alignment on your car. It's going to get off track, and you want somebody to help you go, because that can be costly. You can be bleeding clients, losing referrals, losing advocates, just because you don't have an expert there every now and then to go, hey, let's realign you. It's like a physical every year.
Absolutely. And you don't need somebody there all the time. So much of it you can do on your own, especially with AI now. You just need to know the prompts and what to do and how to say it. You can do it a lot on your own. You don't need to hire some crazy ass agency all the time. Save your money.
All the time. Especially if you're getting started or you got a small operation with a couple people. You need the help, but yeah, don't blow money. That's what kills me. I'm like, I want people to scale up. That's what we're about. That's what you said. Ask about your why. Everybody knows my why I started the Hounds, because I ain't had no friends or no business. I was like, that's it. People say, really? No, that's the truth. And I figured it out, because when I surrounded by all these experts, it started to rub off on me. And I realized doing my live stream, I get all this free advice, and it's paying off. So it's amazing. Yeah, like right now, like, I forgot. Don't invoice me. All right. So too late. But let me, and that was a joke. There you go. So let me ask you one more, and then I'm gonna let the folks know. Well, go ahead. Tell folks where they can find you. Where's the best place to find you? Do you have any upcoming webinars, events, anything people can plug into? Anything? Where can folks find you?
I am going to be doing a workshop. I'm in another community called startups.com, and I'm going to do a workshop there, but you do have to be part of the startups.com community. That's going to be on the 15th of July, but I am going to be starting some audio recordings and audio events. I'm in the process of figuring all that out. And so I will be having some events that are coming up, but the best way to get in contact with me is either through LinkedIn or through my website, convergencemktg.com. So
wonderful.
I'm there.
Well, let me end on this question, I guess. I want to make sure people get a takeaway because there's a lot of buzz. I'm not going to resist AI. I like AI. My call to action is don't use it as a damn brain replacement. That's my attitude. So on that note, all right, I want to make sure I get this right. And you talk about infusing, content with a human touch, right? So
Yeah.
especially when you're working with AI, you mentioned a little bit. What are some things? Elaborate on how you can achieve that. Getting that human touch and utilizing the tools to make things efficient and effective.
So I'm okay with people using AI. I think it's helpful. I'll use it as a soundboard a lot of times because when I'm writing, I'm oftentimes writing by myself. But when you're using AI, make sure you're reading it and then make sure you're adding in your own tone. Make sure it sounds like you. Go through and edit things and constantly edit things so that it sounds like you and not the AI generator because it is just the tool. It needs to sound like you because I can tell you anytime I'm reading something on any social platform, I can totally pick out AI. And it's not just because I'm a writer. So many other people can do it too.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many good uses for it, but also here's the thing, guys, everybody, people, if you're using that to make comments on post, take the extra second to make sure it matches, like it makes sense and it doesn't sound robotic. I don't honestly, when it comes to comments, I'm against it because I don't see it well enough yet. It drives me crazy. I hate it. And then they prompt you now to put it up there. I'm like, oh God. Look, if you can't make a meaningful comment, just click like or say, hey, have a great day or something, and then go use your brain power to make comments, man. It's about I love how you keep saying that. It's about the human connection. Do I know, like, and trust this person? Are they believable? And do they have the best solution available? That's it. There's two halves of a circle, right? And you connect with people, and you're not trying to serve all people, right? Let's end on that one. You absolutely know who you are and who is going to work well with you. So somebody might see your content or see something and they go, "Oh, I don't like that." But you're okay with that because you're looking for somebody who goes, "Yeah, I haven't seen this before. I'm gonna go check her out because maybe this is the reason I'm failing, right? I'm not adapted to the other people I'm working with." So, how did you just what was it in your life that made you go, "I don't give a shit. I'm just gonna be me." Like this the moment I put this stupid hat on, we both shared that moment. So tell us your moment.
I had a lot of them. I mean, I've had a massive stroke at 32. I've had emergency surgery. I ran from my abusive husband. I've had a lot of moments, and I've been fired for having morals. All of it was really, they're all really moments. And eventually I just said, F it. I don't really care what anybody thinks of me. I don't care. I just don't care. I don't have any more F's to give. I'm going to be me. And if you don't like me, go F yourself. It's kind of where
Yeah.
I came.
Well, on that note, and we'll close on this because I think this is important. People can relate to you. Everybody can relate to lots of people, right? So let's say there's a little Gwen, and she's kind of like you were years ago. Right? She's kind of on that teeter totter where she wants to stand up and do something, but just not really into it. What is your best advice or experience or tidbits to help that person? What's a baby step or something they can do to kind of start moving forward, get unstuck?
Don't be afraid to try, because you'll never fail. You'll never succeed if you don't try. So
Yeah.
it's okay. I always tell people to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because you just never know what you can do until you try it. And I wouldn't be the person that I am today without all that negative in my life. And I'm okay. I am so glad for all that negative because I'm freaking awesome. And I'm not saying that to be arrogant or pompous. I'm saying it because I have survived, and I am so proud of myself for all that I've done. And if I was afraid to try and to take those steps forward, I would not be where I am today. So don't be afraid. Just take the step, because you just never know what'll happen.
Resilience, growth. That it doesn't happen when you're happy. It doesn't happen when life's good and everybody's just nice. It happens when everything gets ripped from you. You get illness, you get an injury right before your big race you trained all year for, right? You lose all
Yeah.
your friends, right? Everything goes to hell in a handbasket. And you go, what am I going to do? Yeah, you're going to
Yeah.
fix it, right? Because that's the mentality. I love it because that's it. It fuels us to be better, to be our better selves. Like it was the other day. Tell me if you can relate to this. I was sitting there working and I was going to leave about 6. So it was only a 13-hour day, right? And a little voice popped in. Oh, you can't do that. Somebody in my head kept on nagging me. And I was like, okay, I can't let this be. So I decided to stay until 7. Right. It was driving me to do more. I'm like, you know what? There's people who are smarter than me, more resourceful, but nobody's going to outwork me. No one's going to get up after the beating they're going to take like I'm going to. Is that kind of where you're at in life? Is that why? Because you're just like a hedgehog. You just keep on going. Like nothing can stop you. So you're going to have to
Yeah.
win.
I mean, yesterday, for example, like there were times where I had to take a nap because I was just beat. And my body was like, all right, Gwen, you need to stop. You need to cool down. So I listened to my body. But there are times where I'll just go and go and go and go and go. And but I listen to my body. I listen to when I need to stop. And it's okay. I don't have to be perfect. And nobody does. I just do what I need to do because I know that I'm going to be successful. I know that I'm going to be awesome and I'm going to kick ass because that's who I am. And that's who you are.
It is. And you're always kind of really streamlined. That's what I like. You know, if things are going crazy, you're still kind of like you're in control. If things are great, you're happy, but you're not, you know what I mean? But me, I'm still this way to a degree. I'm up and down and like a roller coaster. But
Well,
I'm
that's
learning.
definitely,
Yeah,
I had to be like that. I had to calm my nerves.
exactly. Yeah, same way. Because it's you come to a point when you just say, "This is pointless." It's like planting a seed and screaming at the seed and thinking your screaming's making it grow. That's kinda how I felt about it, you know, anyway.
Mhm.
But any parting words? Because I love this. Thank you for spending your time. Everybody go get a spot, right? Go grab one. Go on LinkedIn. There's her, stuff. I don't know whose that was. That was me. So, go check it out. Go to her website, Convergence, MKTG, alright, .com. Go connect with her on LinkedIn. Get that one of those spots for a spotlight session. Any parting words, anything that you want people to know or just want to impart, like fortune cookie wisdom, anything. Go ahead.
My fortune cookie wisdom is go try and kick ass. You know, that's all there is to it because everybody can kick ass. So, you know what? Just go and do it because everybody is effing awesome. So, go kick ass.
Yeah. Spoken by somebody who lived through a lot of stuff. That's what I like to hear. This ain't just something I wrote down or she wrote down. She lived it. She's been through it. And it gives people not just hope, but knowing that they can do it. It gives them that certainty that, hey, I can do it. I just don't want to do it right now, but maybe tomorrow they'll want to. And this is why I appreciate you. Thank you for sharing your knowledge, your experience. I hope people were empowered, motivated, and encouraged to do something. That's it. Or do more. Right. And so all your challenges very inspiring. I love the way, you don't care what people think. You're your own style, and that is super encouraging because it's easy to get pulled in different directions and to, start to care. And I know, but being around you reminds me real damn quick. Hey, all about the mission, all about pushing things forward, pushing people up, and if it doesn't cut it, it's got to go. So
Exactly.
appreciate you, man.
So
You're
just be
awesome.
you. So are you. So are you. So thank you everybody for coming. I really appreciate it. Go be you, be awesome.
Yes. Hey, scan the QR code, one of them. There's 50 of them. Hey, join the pack. Be aligned around people like this, around Gwen, right? People that CJ, all the folks that showed up just to support her. That's how the pack is, y'all. So scan that QR code. You don't want to take my word for it. Fine. Go. There's a million other hounds out here. Just go talk to them. All right. Plug in, test this out. If it's not for you, don't worry about it. All right, courage before confidence. Gwen, you are amazing. Thank you so much. Love having you in the pack. Audience, y'all are amazing. Keep up the good work, and we will see you next week. Okay, I can't even tell you who the guest is. So just check my profile, and I'll put it out there tomorrow. How about that? So everybody have a good night. Gwen, you're great. Sindal, thank you for running the backstage. Go ahead and roll that outro. Same bat time, same bat channel. Next week.
Awesome. Thanks everybody.
Thank y'all for stopping by. Be sure to follow, share, and like, and send me a message if you had fun today. Y'all come back now.